Hi, welcome to Miki Yogini Grateful Yoga. So yesterday was Thanksgiving in America, and it's a national holiday where we all take a moment to celebrate our gratitude, and often with the tradition of giving back. So I would like to encourage everyone to celebrate gratitude every single day. The attitude of gratitude is definitely something that I live by. It's almost impossible to be overwhelmed with negative emotion when you mindfully refocus that same emotion or energy into a positive mindset. So maybe it's like you're stressed out at work, or perhaps you just don't feel like enough. You're not successful enough, you're not loved enough, you're not skinny enough, anything that it could be. If you just mindfully greet that by becoming aware of that emotion, but then resetting it with the intention of bringing a positivity to it. So maybe just completely reverse it and notice something, if it's your body image that you do love, or perhaps it was that you weren't feeling loved enough, then love yourself. They often say that no one can love you until you love yourself. And I think that we should all be our own greatest fans. The love affair starts within. Perhaps it was you weren't successful enough. So take a moment to love a skill or a talent that you do have. All of us are uniquely, creatively blessed with, I believe, one unique, just amazing talent. And so maybe focus in on that, whatever it could be. But today we're just going to take a few moments to meditate and breathe through this attitude of gratitude. We might do a few simple poses. I'm kind of winging it because I really wanted to get this post up and get the wheels started on Miki Yogini online practices. I know that my yoga practice is the ultimate thing that I'm thankful for every single day, when it gives me the opportunity to reset throughout the many experiences that we have in one day. And honestly, it's really become a lifestyle for me. It's not just a fitness regimen or something that I practice for an hour or two, even a day. It's with me everywhere. So I want to share it with you guys. All right, let's scoot back. I don't have a mat with me today because we're just gonna begin in some simple poses that you really don't need a yoga mat for. But I do have a couple props. So this was a little cushion I was scooting back and forth on. I have a throw pillow, and these are just to give you height when we do some seated breathing techniques. But for right now, I'm gonna take one of my trusty cork blocks here. An alternative to this, if you don't have yoga blocks at home, would just simply be some books. You could just find a really nice fat book and put it underneath you. And so go ahead and bring the soles of your feet together, and we're gonna place one block below the lower back and one about where the head would be. I'm gonna scoot these pillows back. And so as you bring those soles of your feet together, sitting up tall, active elbows, just gently recline back onto those elbows. Feel where that block just feels good on the spine. And then we're gonna go ahead and gently lay our heads down on that other block. Now allowing those knees to fall down towards the earth, the palms are facing up. They can just naturally curve with the fingers here. Maybe just rolling those shoulders up towards the ears and then tucking them back down. We create a space here in our radiant hearts. So we can gently close the eyes. And this is just a delicious heart opener, which seems really appropriate for giving thanks and gratitude. So as you zone in here, I want you to begin to focus on your breath. So just gently take deep inhales through the nose, and then out through the nose. Breathing nice and deep. Don't clench your jaw or mouth shut. Allow it to be soft and relaxed, but maybe the lips are just gently parched open. We're not really focusing much energy or attention to that area, but we do want to make sure that it's soft. And the eyes are soft, the face is soft. Maybe just make a little gentle smile. And really just begin to breathe deeply here, folks. And as your mind and body calm to the center focus on your breath, bring your awareness to one beautiful thought of gratitude. Maybe it's a person, a place, a thing. Maybe it's an action, something that someone's done for you. Maybe it's something that you've done for someone else. And just begin to breathe into that notion, sending your breath, your love, and your light, your intention to whatever that is today. And there can be several. Sometimes it's easier just to choose one for a simple intention. Or you can gather them all up like a bunch of flowers and just breathe into all of them, surrounding yourself in that loving attitude of gratitude here. As we open our hearts to thanks. And continue that breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. If you're having trouble here, do me a favor and just recognize whatever it is that could be blocking this opportunity to seek gratitude. If there's a negative emotion or energy there, allow yourself to become aware of it. And then do me a favor, take a deep breath in here through the nose. And then open your mouth and let it go. Again, take that deep breath in here, guys. And out. Let it go. We want to be completely open here to grace, to thankfulness. So again, deep breath in. Open the mouth. Let it go. Nice. So gently now, let's bring our knees together, finding our active elbows, pressing them into the earth. Bring yourselves up, slowly rolling up that vertebrae. You can use your hands and just pull yourselves up here behind the shins, removing any blocks that you might have used, or books, whatever it was. Let's go ahead and come into a seated position. Now we can take locust, where you just simply bring one foot up on top of the thigh. This is half locust. Or you can do a full locust, where you just bring them both up like a pretzel. Awesome. And it brings our weight forward. We remove any extra love from underneath the sit bones. Or you can simply just bring yourself into an Indian cross-legged position. Now, whichever leg you do have, either on top in locust, half locust, or just simply cross-legged, just be mindful of that because we will want to switch it after. So now we're going to go ahead and take some loving inhales in as we rotate the torso forward and out as we rotate back. Hands are on the knees to help us ease the movement. Again, warming up that inner spine, breath, diaphragm for movement as we flow with our breath. Again, one more. And let it go. Let's go ahead and reverse. So we're going to go in as we rotate back this time and out as we rotate forward. In, out, in, out. One more. In and out. Awesome. Coming to center. Let's go ahead and switch whichever leg we had in front or on top. And we're going to go ahead and do that again. So this time we're going to inhale, coming back. Oh, inhale, coming forward. And exhale, coming back. That's why they call it practice, folks. It's not supposed to be perfect. And sometimes yoga teachers mess up. Just flow with it. And exhale. Really rooting down into those sit bones. And reverse it. So inhaling, And exhaling forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lion's breath. Inhale. Exhale. Lion's breath is when we stick our tongue out and we allow just that total exhale to flow out through the mouth. All right, guys, so now bringing ourselves to center. We're gonna go ahead and do a couple blossoms with the arms. So again, just focusing on what we are grateful for. We're gonna inhale and circle sweep our hands up really high, bringing our gaze towards the fingertips and our mindfulness towards that notion or thought that we had of gratitude. And then we're gonna exhale and lower our hands into prayer and bring that thought to our heart. Inhale, circle, sweep all that gratitude. Eyes are open here as we gaze towards those fingertips, mindfulness set towards that notion or idea. Exhale, bring it to your heart, accept it, welcome it. Opening your heart, we've opened it to grace, now we're bringing it in. Inhale, opening the eyes, believing, envisioning that thought of gratitude. Exhale, showering ourselves, accepting it, breathing it in, welcoming it to our hearts. Last one. Inhale, circle, sweep, abundance, light, and gratitude. Exhale, bringing it into our heart center. And as we exhale, often we let go. So as we did earlier when we let go of something, this time, as we inhale that gratitude, I want you to imagine that you're sending it out equally as you accepted it in. You're releasing it out to give as well. So we're giving that thanks that we've received and taken in, and we're sending it back out to you. All right? So this time for that, I want us to do just a simple opener, and it's a little tricky for most, so I'm going to teach you a trick. It's called Gomukhasana, which is Cowface pose. If you've got sore legs or you haven't warmed up your legs, then a couple sun salutations can definitely help with that. And there will be future practices if you don't know what a sun salutation is that I will show you. But let's just begin here by straightening the legs. We're going to stretch them out a little bit before we go right into Gomukhasana. And we're going to go ahead and remove any flesh if you need to. And then sitting really tall, rolling up those shoulders, tucking them down and back. We're going to inhale and circle sweep our arms up towards our head, gazing overhead with our eyes and fingertips are tall. And I like to spread them wide. Then we're going to exhale and reaching forward, maintaining that natural curve of the sacrum and spine, not collapsing here, folks, but keeping your chin. Imagine you're reaching with your chin, reaching for those yogi toes with your peace fingers. Go ahead and try to bind them around. If you're not there, you can simply walk your palms along your feet and reaching down towards those ankles. But if you can, go ahead and take that bind with your peace fingers. And then inhale, rolling those shoulders back, creating length already with that spine and the back of the legs. We're going to inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, fold, bowing those elbows out and reaching that forehead down towards the knees. Go ahead and inhale, halfway lengthen here by halfway lifting a little with that chin, reaching forward. And then we exhale, forward fold. And then again on the inhale, I always like to just slightly lengthen and lift. And then I exhale, fold deeper into that forward bend, seated forward bend. And using my breath, I'm inhaling deeply through the nose, and then I'm exhaling through the nose. Each and every exhale allows me to fold deeper. So use your breath, guys, to create space here as you fold. And then exhale, lower down. 3 more breaths here, really deep. And exhale, releasing that little yogi bind, rounding that spine up, leaving your chin tucked for last. Nice. And then as you do find your vertebrae stacked, go ahead and gently roll those shoulders again up and back down. Awesome. So now, with our palms facing our toes, we're gonna go ahead and press up into a crab. So I'm facing the camera here. I'll do this quickly here by just reaching my navel up towards the earth. Feet should be about hip width apart, so go ahead and heel toe out if you need to. And then reaching that navel up towards the earth, pressing down, fingertips are spread wide. Allow your head to go ahead and fall backwards. And really squeezing those glutes together, breathing in here. I'll give you a side view. So again, hip width apart, and the palms are flat down, fingertips are wide. We press down into the earth and reaching our navel up, relax the jaw. Often we hold stress there. And just really open that heart, guys, lifting it up towards the sky. And breathe here, rooting down through the feet and the fingers, squeezing those glutes. Strong crab pose here. Another beautiful, exonerated, radiant heart opener for Thanksgiving. And thankfulness. Like I said, Thanksgiving shouldn't just be something that we practice one day a year. It really is helpful to do it every single day, not just for you, but for everyone. And we're hanging out here for several breaths if you haven't noticed. So go ahead and continue those nice deep inhalations through the nose and out through the nose, or you can let it go out through the mouth because this is a nice one to just release into. Last one, guys. All right, gently lower that sacrum back down towards the earth and tailbone, finding you're seated. We're gonna go ahead and roll over our feet and ankles, coming to a nice little tabletop pose here. All right, so in tabletop pose, we wanna keep our hands directly underneath the shoulders, okay? And then we definitely wanna keep our knees underneath our hips. So I have my toes curled under, but you can go ahead and lay them flat. It's really up to you. We're gonna go ahead and inhale, dropping our belly towards the mat, rolling our shoulders back and down, bringing our gaze up to the sky. This is cow. Melting that heart down towards the earth. Exhale, tucking that chin and curling the spine up towards the ceiling to cat. And inhale back to cow, melting that belly down towards the mat or floor. Exhale back to cat. 3 more. Deep inhale. Cow. Exhale. Really empty out those lungs, folks. Cat. Inhale. Cow. Exhale. Cat. Inhale. Last one. Fill up. Exhale. Cat. All right. So we should be feeling a little warmer now. I think we're ready for our Gomukhasana Cowface pose. Now, if you need, you can use, again, that similar block or book, whatever you used earlier, to help you rest into this. Some awesome poses that can help you prepare for this as well are Virasana, which is kind of what I'm doing. I know you can't kind of see through this beautiful silk I'm wearing. Thank you to my friend Cariza who designed it and gifted it to me. All right, so what I have going on here is just a kneeling pose. I have my bum bones resting on my heels. So a simple kneeling pose here, where you can go ahead and put your feet down on either side of the hip bone here. And use your hands to roll your thighs inward as you bring the hamstrings out, the calves. So rolling those thighs in and the calves out, we create a space here for our bum to sit. Or you can go ahead, if that's too much, and gently place a block underneath the sit bones. Just use it wide ways this way so that each sit bone has a space to rest on here evenly. And this is a nice pose to open up the hips for Gomukhasana. But if you're already warm, like I was, I did a beautiful meditation hike this morning in the Oklahoma woods. So I was ready to go, but definitely do take a moment to open up your hips. And now we're just gonna roll forward by removing our block back into the tabletop pose here, okay? And then what we're gonna do is cross our right leg over our left. So we're bringing our knees, so you can see, we're bringing our knees together here like this. And I can walk my feet out on either side to show you more. All right, so now you're ready actually to either bring this block back underneath in between the 2 feet and sit backwards onto it, Gomukhasana. So this actually represents the sacred cow of sustainability, sustenance, nourishment, abundance. And simply by bringing our hands, so inhaling them up, we're gonna bend the left hand and bring it down along our spine, and then reaching this right hand behind the body, bending the arms. We're gonna walk our fingertips along the spine and try to find our left hand there. And now if you can see the cow face, if you haven't before, the knees crossed here in the front are the lips and the elbows are the ears. And again, this is a really spiritual and sacred animal for the Hindus and for just the yogic traditions where they originated, that entire region. The cow is holy, so it's not just Hindu. And you know, a lot of people sometimes they confuse yoga for a religion. Go ahead and release this. It is not a religion. It can definitely be as spiritual as you want it to be, or simply not at all. I think Cowface is a really awesome pose just to kind of make a fun animal out of your body with. But when you add that extra deep-rootedness, spiritual connection to it as well, or take that opportunity to just use this pose in your breathing to focus on your connection to the earth, because of course cows, they are deeply rooted to the earth. Their entire sustenance comes from it. They become it again, even not as beautiful. Their bowels contribute towards a lot of soil. They use it for actual architecture and building. In a lot of India, the sacred temples are made of cow dung, their floors. So, and it doesn't smell. So I've been told, I haven't been yet. But let's go ahead, I'm gonna remove this block and I'm gonna show you from the side. So we can go and repeat now on the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and from my tabletop position again here, I'm gonna cross this time my left leg over my right. Create some visibility there for you. All right, and walk those feet out farther away from each other. And you can bring that block in between. Now this is possible without the block too. But go ahead and resting, ooh, I put my block the long way, long ways. Resting my sit bones down on that block here. And I continue to walk those feet out a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and inhale, my hands up high. And then we exhale, bending that right elbow this time. I'm gonna reach this left hand around and my palms are looking for each other until my fingers find them, and then you can take a little bind here. Inhale, reaching high with the crown of your head. And exhale, just breathing into this beautiful hip and heart opener. Again, just kind of refocusing that mindset on that beautiful intention that we previously breathed into and accepted and gave back out. So focusing here as we continue to breathe. I love this pose. Deep inhales through the nose and exhale. Again, inhale, opening that heart, and exhale. And you can even increase this pose by bringing your torso down towards your the upper stacked thigh. And this opens our heart through the back. So there's a back of your heart as well. We don't just breathe through the front of our hearts. We breathe all the way around through the back as well. So next time, perhaps, if you don't want to do it this time since we didn't do it with our other legs stacked on top, you always want to kind of keep things even in yoga. for obvious reasons. If you open up one side, you need to open up the other, so keep it equal. Let's go ahead and move this block away. And then, actually there's another really cool trick that I should have showed you before for switching sides. If you find it kind of difficult by folding one leg over the other, you're gonna have to do it at least once to get into the pose, right? But once you're in it, if you come forward and you walk your hands in a 360-degree angle like this, so just keep going, 360-degree circle. Once you finish that circle, look what happened. Now, again, how we started, my right is on top of my left, and this time I didn't use a block, but I just wanted to show you a cool trick. So, again, walking those hands in a 360-degree circle. It's a cool little way to transition here from one leg on top to the other. Yay! All right, I get excited about little things. Anyway, thanks so much for participating on that. Let's just do a really quick closing session here of breathing. I always like to begin with a breathing and then end with obviously Savasana, but we weren't here for that long, and this is kind of just a midday reminder for just how I like to incorporate yoga into my everyday. It's a constant practice for me. I mean, if you know me well or live with me, then you'll find me in super weird poses sometimes just for like 5 minutes, and I'll be breathing, and people know not to really ask because that's what I do. So I encourage you to incorporate the amazing techniques and principles of yoga as sporadically and spontaneously as you want. I can only say that it's totally increased my quality of life, and it's playful because that's the point, right? We should always be a little playful. All right, so let's go ahead and just finding ourselves in Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined bound angle pose. That's how we began, right? Let's go ahead and bring our soles of our feet together. And again, you can use the blocks or not. This time I'm not going to, for those of you that don't have any props at home. So just simply, really simply, reclining back down onto the back. We bring our palms with our face up and curved fingers here. Soles of the feet are together. The knees are falling down towards the earth. I like to shimmy my shoulders underneath. And let's just breathe, closing the eyes. And welcoming that attitude one more time of gratitude into our open hearts as we deeply connect to the earth below us here, lying on our backs, but also within us. There's a divine light within each and every one of you, and that's why we close with Namaste. But today we've practiced breathing that beauty in with gratitude and exhaling it out with the intentions to share and spread it with the world. That's a beautiful practice of connectivity, guys, spiritually, universally, and within ourselves. And I invite you to stay here as long as you want. This is one of the most delicious poses, I think, that you can do next to Savasana, corpse pose. I love my Supta Baddha Konasanas. And with that, I'm going to stay here myself for a while, but I shall bid you Namaste. Until next time.